I rolled a tractor, and a 4,500-pound tractor rolled over the top of me.
Oh.
Right on that hill over there. And I separated at a level 5 separation of my left shoulder. And I probably should have died. I mean, you don't live to tell about a tractor rolling over the top of you. And it wasn't the tires ran over me, it was the side of the tractor went right over the top of me. Metal and crunching, and so I had to go to the doctor. And when I went into the hospital, they were very good. I didn't have, they really focused on the shoulder. They didn't give me any real grief there. I was still early in my transition. I hadn't gone full time, so I still went in kind of a mix of both. But when I went to the orthopedic surgeon, I got his physician's assistant, and the one question you get out of their mouth is, what drugs are you on? And I said, well, I'm on spironolactone. He said, oh, okay. And then I'm like, and I'm on estrogen? And he got the funniest look on his face, and he just looked at me and he says, may I ask why? They have you on estrogen? And I was like, transsexual? And he's like, oh, okay. And that was it. And then in the I'd say early to mid 90s, I got on the internet and started surfing around. And I was so timid. The word transsexual was like so taboo. The last thing I wanted was 100 porn sites coming up when you type in the word. So I was kind of skating around and doing links and trying to find things other than porn. And I came across a couple women that were, and I was in awe, because I could see them. I knew they were trans, they said they were trans, their website was about being trans, but they were women. And I was like, there I am, okay, now I can relate, now I can do this. Not that I can do it, but now I can see that it is possible to transition and be perceived as a woman. And
Yeah.
that was a big stepping stone. They wanted to send me to a place down here on Monument Hill, so close to home, but it's a religious, I call it a nut house. But their whole religious base is curing sexual addictions, pornography mostly. And they said, we want you to go here. And I said, well, I'll look at it. But it's religious based, so chances are slim to none. And I looked at it, and one of the things it said in there was that they could they could restore your sexual purity. And I'm like, right on, virgin again. And I'm like, in thinking about this interview, that was one of the things that I did want to say was that it is what you make your journey what it is to a very large degree. There are things that are beyond your control, but there are things that aren't. And if you can at least control what is within your control, you're going to have a much easier journey.
That's beautiful.